In World War II, when our bombers would return from running bombing runs over Germany, the ground crews in the Air Force would chart on a chart like this one where the plane had bullet holes or had taken shrapnel. And over time, they compiled all of these charts from all of the planes that were returning from bombing runs, and they came up with this image of this is where most commonly there were bullet holes. And their plan is, we need to reinforce these areas on our planes because that's where we're taking all of the damage. That's where all of the damage is. And so they're making plans to reinforce those areas of the plane, but someone intuitively, perceptively pointed out a flaw in their thinking. He said, what you have on your chart are the bullet holes on the planes that came home. What you don't have on your chart are the bullet holes in the planes that crashed in Germany, that blew up in the air. You can only see the bullet holes on the planes that made it. This isn't where you need to reinforce. You need to reinforce in the areas where there are no bullet holes. Because those planes that got hit in those areas didn't make it home. But that's harder because we can't see that. And what we typically do is we focus on the things that we can see. And that's a problem. Because visibility does not equal importance. Think about your home. If you come home from church today and there's a crack in your drywall, you can see that and you can fix it. But there might be a greater problem underneath the surface that you cannot see, that is your foundation has issues. That's of greater importance. You might come home and find water dripping through the ceiling of your living room and it's making a puddle on the floor. And you can get a towel and wipe it up and put a bucket underneath it and you've solved the problem of the wet floor, but what you cannot see is the busted pipe in the roof, in the attic that's causing that. That's of greater importance. And we often focus our energy, our effort, our anger, our frustration on what's visible, and our enemy is not visible. This is also true in our personal lives. We focus our efforts on issues that are visible when really the more important issues are the ones that we cannot see. We focus on the outward appearance when the issue is a heart issue. It's something that's deep within our soul that needs to be dealt with. We focus on the way that we look when we need to really be working on the way that we think. We constantly fall prey to this because we cannot see our enemy and we cannot see his tactics. But what God's Word does is God's Word takes the concepts, the realities, the truths of this world and God's truth and makes them visible or plain to us. So as we do every Sunday, we're going to look to God's Word together.